Hello guys, in this video I'm going to take you through step by step on how you can run Facebook ad. Either you are a beginner or you are an expert, this video is going to be really helpful to you. And if this is the first time that you're joining on this channel, please like this video so that all the people can see it. Subscribe and turn up notifications so that anytime I post videos like this, you get to know about it. By the way, my name is Sola Mathew. I'm the co-founder of Sola Media, where I help other businesses like yours to grow, their business using paid ads like Google ads and Facebook ads. So if you want to work with us, you can check the link in the description below and you can get to work with us. That being said, let's get started into the Facebook ads training. So the first thing you want to do is to come to this website called business.meta.com. Now you can also go to business.facebook.com. It's still going to be the same thing. The reason is this: Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, Meta owns Facebook and it also owns Instagram. So that is why I prefer to just go to meta.com. All right, so Meta ads is still the same thing as Facebook ad and Instagram ads. Okay, so what you want to do once you get here is you can click on get started. You can see the different things here. You can even go to intro to advertising, see different things that you can learn there. You can see there are free lessons and certification. But that is why you're here. So you just go to get started, or you can click on the get started that is just at the top right hand corner. So click on get started and it's going to open in another tab. Now, once you get here, okay, you will see different things that you can do. You can see it says facebook.com/business/ads. All right. So your customer are here, find them with Meta ads. This is a very good promise. Okay. So you can just click on create ad. All right. But once you click on create ad, it's going to tell you to log in with your Facebook account. Now, the same Facebook account that you've been using to add your friends and all of that is what you use to log in here. Now, before you run advert, you need to create a page. Okay, it's very important that you create a page, because if you don't have a business page, you won't be able to run advert on Facebook. So you can check all the videos on how to create a page. It's very simple. You just go to your profile and then you click on create page, and then you can create a business page. Now, once you have that business page created, it will probably redirect you to business.facebook.com. So this is where you can see the different insight. This is my personal page, for instance. You will see different insights to your posts and all of that. But something very interesting is here. We have the ad manager. Okay, once you have a page, you can have the ad manager. All right, you can also click on all tools and you can see different things that you can do here. All right, so we have a lot of things. We have page polls and we have a lot of things that you can do here, like commerce, appointment, media library, and so on and so forth. But what we want to go to is to click on this ad manager, because that is what you'll be using to run adverts on Facebook. So click on the ad manager. Once you click on the ad manager, it's going to bring you to a page like this. Now, this page is just a dummy page that I'm using to teach you. All right. So we have ad account that we use for our clients and for myself. Okay. So here you say, it says the credit card used for this ad account has expired. So you can go to billing. In fact, if you don't have your credit card added, you can just go to billing. So you can come here, you will see we have ad report, we have campaign, we have overview, we have audience, we have advertising settings, billing and payment, events manager, all tools. Now, if you want to create like the Facebook pixel, all right, you can come to this event manager. Probably gonna do another video on that. Okay, so but basically the billing, you can click on here and you can add your credit card or your debit card. Now we are getting to the most important part of creating the ad. It's very simple, but many people don't know how to do it. All right, so just click on this create. Once you click on create, there are different things that you're going to see here. For example, the first option we have here is auction, and then we have reservation. Buy in advance for more predictable outcomes. Then we have buy in real time with cost-effective bidding. Now, for many of advertisers, this is what we're going to choose, is auction. Okay, we're going to choose this auction, and or you just leave it the way it is, because that is what is going to be there for default. So we have awareness. So awareness is, for example, if you click on it, you're going to see, different things that is going to be written here. Show your ads to people who are most likely to remember them. All right. Then here we have send people to a destination like your website, so you can optimize for things like clicks, landing page view, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Then we have engagement. You get people to send you a message on Messenger, to watch videos, post engagement, conversions, for example, there are different conversions here. Get people to view content, contact your business, add to what wish list, or take another action on your website. Then we have leads. So, this is where you get website and instant form conversions, people to, for example, submit contact information on your website. So here we have app promotion. This is for find new people to install your app and continue using it. Then sales, this is what we go to, conversion, catalog sales, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, depending on where your business is at, okay, or the level of the journey of your customers in their funnel or your customer journey, you can choose from the top to the bottom. For I would normally just run adverts, traffic, and we have, the most ones that we usually run is leads and sales. Okay, leads and sales. Maybe you want to get more leads for your company, or for whatever you're doing, like a coaching or service-based business. All right, leads. But sales is for e-commerce, and maybe you want to sell something directly. Now, the reason I don't really like, even though we use traffic once in a while, but really I don't really like traffic is because some of you will think that, oh, if we have traffic campaign, wouldn't mean that more people come to our website, and the more they come, the more they're able to, convert. No, it's not like that, because Facebook algorithm will optimize for people who are most likely to click and go to your website and read whatever is there. That is the way the algorithm works. So if you want to get real results, okay, you need to optimize for either leads or for sales. So in this particular example, we're going to go with the sales. All right. So I'll click on sales, and then you see we have two options. We have advantage shopping campaign, maximize performance and reach valuable audience with a simplified setup. And then we have manual sales. Now, this one, it's another thing entirely that we can look at later. But in this case, I'm just going to go with manual sales campaign. All right. So we'll just go to continue. Now, you'll see that there's a three major breakdown of this, campaign or advertisement. Okay. The first thing here, you can see here, we have campaigns, we have new sales campaign, then we have new sales ad set, and then we have new sales ad. All right. So the structure of meta ads is into three. Most advertisement platform will have this kind of structure where we have the campaign. That is where you choose the objective of your campaign. All right. And then we have the sales, we have the ad set. All right. The ad set is usually where you choose like the targeting, the location, and all of that. Then we have the ad itself, where, for example, you put your creative and so on and so forth. Don't worry, we're going to go through all of this as we go on. Okay. So for example, you can also see it here, just as it's structured here, it is also structured here. Sales, ad set, and ad. All right. So when it comes to here, you just name it whatever you want, but I like to name it in this way. So I put the name of the campaign, then the date, and then, sales campaign. So I can copy this, and then here we have auction. If you already selected this, you can edit it here, but we'll just leave it the way it is. Then campaign objective. If you change this here, the whole of your campaign structure is also going to change. So we'll just leave it at sales. All right. So like I said, this is where you choose, where your objective. All right. So in this case, we want sales. Then advantage catalog. If you have catalog, yeah, you can create one. But for this particular advert, we don't have that for now. So advantage budget, campaign budget. Now, this is actually also good, especially if you're trying to test many campaigns. So if you have, like, for example, you have like $100 per day. Let's choose it for example. So I can say here I want to choose $100 per day. So basically you can create more advert or more ad sets under this campaign, and then what is going to happen is Facebook will look at which campaign or which advert, all right, tends to work better, and then they will allocate more budget to that one. So you can then, move that particular advert to another campaign when you see that it's working perfectly. I hope you got what I'm trying to say. So let's say this one is $100 per day. That is a daily budget. Okay, then we have highest volume here, so you can select maybe cost per result, other things, but for now let's leave it at highest volume. All right, then you can also schedule your budget increase with time. You can schedule it based on maybe value or percentage. So but for here we're just going to leave it for now. All right, you can do A/B testing as well, but we'll leave it for now. And then audience segment reporting, we have engage audience and all of that. Now it is very important that if you should add something like this if you have them, for example, maybe like from your email list and all of that, but for now we don't have these, so we're just going to leave it like that. All right, define your ads account audience segment and advertiser setting to receive reporting breakdowns, and so on and so forth. So let's just leave that one the way it is. Now here is where you can choose a category, especially if you're running things that have to do with maybe financial or real estate, like housing, credit card, and all of that. But for this campaign, we just want to use a gym as an example. So we're not gonna, make this happen. We're just gonna leave it the way it is. So in fact, so let's just go ahead and just click on next. So here is where you can your ad set. So I just gonna say this one, sales. All right, ad set. All right, so here you can choose, maybe you want to drive people to your message destination or to website. So where we want to drive people to our website. Okay, you can drive people to website and store. That is if you have your e-commerce store embedded in Facebook as well. So here we have website and calls, but I'm just going to go with website for now. All right, maximize number of conversions. So you can see we have all the options like number of page views. Like I told you, what you tell Facebook is what it's going to do. So instead of just maximize number of page views, maximize for conversion instead. This is where you now select your data set. So that's what we call like we call it a pixel. So you have pixel installed. So this is where you set it up. So I'm just going to choose one here. So I'm just using this as example. Okay, so what do you want to optimize for? So there are a lot of things that you can optimize for here, but in this case, we want to optimize for purchase. Now, this is even if you've had purchase or not, you just need to optimize for purchase, especially if you have that conversion pixel setup. All right, then the next thing you want to do, you can see here, cost per result is blank out because we didn't select per result initially. All right, so dynamic creative, this is also good. We'll automatically create combination of your media and text that your audience is likely to respond to. So dynamic creative is more like, for example, if you want to test your different creative, you can turn this up. All right, and then when you get to your ad, you'll be able to add different creative. Okay, so let's leave it the way it is for now. So but they said dynamic creative will be going away soon. Until then, will enable flexible ad format. So we can just turn it up because it's be going very soon. So why do we need to care about that for now? So I'm just going to leave this for now. So budget and schedule. Remember, you've already set up your budget at the campaign budget optimization level. Now, if you don't want to set up the the campaign budget, you can come here and turn it off. All right, and then you can set up your budget here per ad set. All right, so we're just using that particular one for now. So schedule. Now, when do you want to start your campaign? of course, want to start it immediately. And if you want, you can put an end date. But the reason I don't love to put an end date for campaign, especially when the campaign is evergreen, is because there are times that if this campaign is working, if we've already put an end date, if it's stopped and you want to restart it again, sometimes it might just not work very well. So I just prefer to allow the campaign to continue to run, except maybe you're just running a campaign for a specific period of time. For example, let's say you are having an event or sales that is going to end at a certain date. Okay, so I'll just leave it the way it is. Then we have all the things like spending limit, ads set spending limit. You can set maybe how much you want to spend on this ad. When it gets there, it's just going to stop. But I will just leave it here again. And then here you will select your country where you want your campaign to run. For in this case, I'm just going to select United Kingdom. Okay, United Kingdom. So just select United Kingdom. They'll remove this Nigeria. So you want to target people in whatever location that your customers are based. All right. So United Kingdom. But for example, if I want to use an example, I want to use here, I can decide to choose, say, you can decide to choose location. For example, Lisbon, Northern Ireland. Okay. So in under United Kingdom, we have Lisbon, Northern Ireland. All right. You can even select based on radius. So you can say 10 people will live 10 meters to that area. Okay. So then reach more people likely to respond to your ad. You can remove this. You can leave it the way it is. Okay. Now, this is advantage audience. All right. So here we're basically telling Facebook that this is our audience and this is how we want to target them. So here you can add suggestion. This is advantage audience, advantage plus audience. All right. Basically, Facebook's AI helps you, by getting to people who are likely to respond to your advert. So you can add suggestion, but this is optional. So we're just going to leave this broad audience. Okay. Because we want our creative to do the most of the job. So here is where you place placement is basically where your adverts are going to be shown. For example, do you want your advert to only show on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Threads? Okay, so you see, that's what we say meta ads. So they are not trying to run advert on Threads as well. So you can, they said to help you reach more people, the new Threads feed placement is included in this campaign. So you can remove that. So you can come here to edit. So you can decide to do manual placement. For example, you want your advert to run only on Instagram. This is where you do it. You just uncheck every other platform. And then this advert is just going to run on Instagram. Maybe by your research or your data, you realize that Instagram is what converts the most for you. All right. So you can leave it at that. Or you can decide to say you want to run it on just Facebook. All right. Maybe Facebook is where your most audience are converting. All right. You can leave it at just Facebook, or maybe just Facebook and Instagram. Okay. But you have to select at least one platform. So you can use these two only if you want. But for this campaign, we're just going to use Advantage Plus. So we want Facebook AI to do the job for us. Then we go to next, right? Remember, now we're now in the advert section. So this is where I'll now put this here, right? So put the date again. Then partnership ad. If you're running this advert in partnership with a creator or someone else, you can choose this and you can enter add code or post information or select the partnership. So for here, we're just going to leave it the way it is. So this is where you select your Facebook page that you want to use to run the ad. You can always choose every other page that you have, but for this one, we're just going to leave it the way it is. So once you are happy with this is where you choose. We'll show your ad in format we predict may perform best. So this is what they talked about, initially when they talk about the different adverts, all right, the flexible ad. All right. So here is where they are now going to show your ad based on what they think is best. But for here, you can select maybe single image. So what I usually do for now, because most of these things, you can test it. It's good to test creative sometimes, right? It's good to test some things sometimes. But in this case, we're just going to use the single image or video. Or sometimes you can use carousel, all right? You can also use carousel for the kind of ad that you're looking for. So carousel is basically where you see the advert and they'll be showing they will be showing as if it's a carousel on Instagram where you can scroll, you understand? But it can also show on Facebook. So, but we're just going to use this single image or video. So once you're good with this is where you select the website that you want your advert to go to. So for example, we can just say slash, let's say WSB. So let's say maybe you have something you're selling, you can put the link here, okay? So this is where you build like the URL parameter. For example, maybe you want to know where your advert is coming from, maybe Facebook, Instagram, and all that. If you click on it, you'll be able to select all of that. But for now, we're just going to leave it there. So this is what we call browser add-on, okay? So where people will see your website when they tap on your ad. You can add additional contact method in the browser to help people connect with you, right? So if maybe you want people to come to your WhatsApp or these things, you can select them here. But here, I would just leave it at none because I don't want any other distraction. I just want people to go ahead and buy, all right? So once you are here, you can then click on select creative. So if you want to add an image, so you can just say select image, and then you'll be able to select all the things. Maybe you want to add a promo code manually, you can add it so that people will be able to see it. So you can delete all of this, all right? Or you can edit them and make them your own. For example, you can leave this one the way it is, because I can see here that you see it will just say more information here. It's like giving you more, it's giving the people more option to be able to take action. All right, so you can leave that and let's go to next. And here is where you select your image. So you can click on say upload. Okay, just click on upload here, and then you just come here, you select your image. So I'll just select this one here, an example, just using this as an example. Just click on next. So you can see here that this is actually optimized a lot for the one-to-one, right, or the square, but it's not optimized for vertical. So you can go to Canva or whatever your creative is, tell them to create for each platform. It is highly recommended. So but if you don't have that, you can just use one that you have like this. But I would really recommend that you create for each of these platforms, okay? So, but for now, you're just gonna click on next. So here we can edit them later on. So you just click on next. So then here you see the way your advert is gonna look like. So I will just leave it the way it is right now, and then we just click on done. Okay, so like I told you, you can always come here and edit them the way you like. For example, let's say for instance you want to change the image for this one, you can come here and change it. So you can change it. So this is where you write what your advert is about, and it's going to be the primary text that people are going to see first. That is on Facebook, but on Instagram it's going to be below. So you can say something like want this, buy now. All right, so this is it. So here the short headline. So the headline is 301 move permanently. So instead of this, you just say something like this, where they're gonna see it. So we can say get fit today. So this is just example, just using this as an example. So you can see, right? Get fit today. Okay. So, and we have the description. All right. Okay. So this one is optional, but if you want, you can add it there. All right. And here is where you choose the call to action. So for example, you can make it maybe, buy ticket or apply now, whatever it is. So for example, let's just use order now. All right. So once you are okay with that, remember you've already added, you can also choose languages, add your own translation, but this one will just leave it the way it is because we are targeting people in Lisbon who most of the time they understand English. So your meta pixel is not active, so they're just telling us that it's not active. You can work on that, make it active. So once you are happy with this, all right, this is where you just click on publish. That means you now have your advert, okay? And then you're gonna be seeing the results on Facebook. You can see how people are interacting with the ad and so on and so forth. And that is how to run Meta ads this year in 2025. If you have any question regarding this, drop it in the comment section. And maybe there's something else you want me to clarify, or a video you want me to create regarding Meta ads or Facebook ads, let me know in the comment section. And if you have a business that you want to grow with paid ads, okay, maybe Facebook ads or maybe Google ads, just check the description below. You'll be able to fill a form where we're gonna book a consultation call with us, and we can help you grow your business to where you want it to be. And I hope that you got value from this video. Please like this video so that all the people can see it. Subscribe and follow for more videos like this.